Hi, I'm an old guy and I do maths. Today we're looking to find the inverse of this function and its domain and range. And there are a few spoilers in here. First of all, I've graphed this function using a slightly friendlier arrangement of this notation, which is turning point form. And what we discover is that the range of this has a maximum of 4. So it's 4 to negative infinity, and looking at this, it seems pretty obvious that the domain is all values of x. Now, what we would expect is that when we invert this, that domain and range would swap over. So let's just see where we go with that. Okay. To create the inverse, I'll just talk my way through this. We swap x and y, and then we start working on making y the subject. Now, this is 4 minus y, minus 1 all squared, so we could insert a 1 here, which is what I have done for convenience, because it allows me to explain how I get this. So, negative y minus 1 all squared could just be written as negative 1 times this, which is what I've done. And so when I get rid of the negative sign here, I can take this and I can divide this expression by negative 1 and I get x plus 4. So I hope that's clear. Find the square root of both sides. We're going to have positive and negative square roots for the inverse of this. I don't think there's any question about that. A little bit more rearranging and I get this as the inverse. Now, remember that the domain of this was all values of x and the range was 4 to negative infinity. So I've gone to the trouble of graphing these functions one on top of the other, and it's a little bit busy, so I'll just talk my way through that. This is the original function here, y equals negative x minus 1 squared plus 4. This is the line in which inverses are reflected from their original, y equals x. I don't know how many of you are aware of that, but when you invert something, you reflect its graph in the line y equals x. And so what happens is that x becomes y and y becomes x, which means that you can simply transpose points if your drawings are accurate. Mine aren't. Okay, so here is our inverse, still positive and negative, and I've distinguished the two so that you can see them clearly. What we're completely certain of is the fact that the domain is restricted to 4 to negative infinity. There's nothing of this function up here. Depending on whether you map one or both of these, if you want to regard this, if you just want to take the positive value of this inverse, then you just map one of these, which is why I've distinguished them. In which case, the range, if we take this one, if we take the top half of this, the domain would still be all values below 4, and the range would be from 1 to infinity. If we take this, the domain would be all values below 4 and below, and the range would be 1 to negative infinity. If we decide that we're interested in the whole thing, the domain and range of this have simply swapped, so the domain is all numbers from 4 to negative infinity, and the range is all values of y. So I hope you found that useful and interesting. If you did, please subscribe, please like the video. There's new content coming out all the time. See you next time. Thanks for watching.